You already know who it is, man. It's King Ade with the Wizards Review. And finally feel a sense of relief, a sense of joy. The last few games has been definitely a tough pill to swallow, you know what I'm saying? So tonight was definitely a much needed win. I'm very happy with the results, you know what I'm saying? I thought we played a very good game overall. There was a lot of much more attention to detail. The return of Bradley Beal was definitely a plus. And we were playing the Charlotte Hornets, one of the worst teams in the league, you know what I mean? So if we lost to them tonight, I'm not going to say I would have been in panic mode, but you know, I would have been screaming at my TV even more than I have been in the last couple of games, you know what I mean? So definitely happy with the way we played, especially in the second half, to close this team out the way that we're supposed to, and just getting back on the winning side of things and hoping that we can carry this momentum forward, you know what I'm saying? So with that said, let's just get right into it, man. Since we won the game, I'm going to start with some of the things that I disliked about tonight's game. And first and foremost, man, I thought the Hornets in the first quarter, the start of the game, really the first half, throughout the first half, that they were scoring way too easily. You know what I mean? We were scoring well too, but I thought that they were scoring way too easily. The game ended up tied 61-61 going into halftime. You know what I mean? So they definitely put up a lot of points in the first half. They had 30-plus points in both the first and second quarter. So I definitely didn't like the fact that we let them score easily. You know what I'm saying? But fortunately, we woke up in the second half and we turned that all the way around. But definitely didn't like what I saw in the first half. I thought Ball, Rozier, and Gordon Hayward started fast, especially in the first quarter. They both had effective first quarters. But again, as the game wore on, we definitely stepped our defense up, and they weren't as much of a factor as the game went on. You know what I mean? So again, I didn't like the way that we started, but I did like the fact that we regrouped and definitely locked in on the defensive end, especially in the second half. LaMelo Ball in the first quarter alone, as the point guard, had 4 rebounds. So to me, that just says that our front court isn't being physical enough, because a guard, even though he's a taller guard, he is lanky, kind of skinny and all that. He shouldn't be getting 4 rebounds in one quarter. You know what I'm saying? But hold on. But he ended the game with 6 rebounds. So although he had 4 rebounds in the first quarter, we were able to contain him the rest of the game. And again, overall, he wasn't as big of a factor as he could have been. You know what I mean? He was a +7 on the floor for the Hornets tonight. So just him being on the court definitely gives them some, they play better when he's on the court. But we held him to 6 for 16 shooting, so he didn't shoot the ball well. He didn't shoot the 3 well, 4 for 7. He got to the line a couple of times. I mean, he got to the rim a couple of times, but he didn't get to the line. You know what I mean? 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 16 points. You know what I'm saying? It took him 16 shots to get those 16 points. So overall, we did, we did a good job on him defensively, and I definitely like that, but I definitely didn't like the fact that he was able to get 4 rebounds in the first quarter. You know what I mean? I thought in the first half also our transition defense were lacking. It looked like the Hornets made an emphasis to run tonight, push the pace, get the ball up the court, and they were very effective at doing that in the first half. You know what I mean? So I definitely didn't like the fact that we weren't getting back, loafing a little bit. But again, in the second half, we cleaned all of that up, and it wasn't a factor. And we were able to take a big lead and come away with a great win. You know what I mean? In the second quarter, we had some bad turnovers. You know what I mean? That's an Achilles heel that we got to clean up. But in the second quarter especially, our turnovers, I believe we had 5, maybe 6 turnovers in the second quarter alone. We ended the game with 16 turnovers. So the majority of those turnovers occurred in the second quarter. We were able to clean up things in the second half. We were a little sloppy in the fourth quarter towards the end of the game, but the game was well in hand. But regardless, we still need to be focused until the end of the game. You know what I mean? So I definitely didn't like the fact that we turned the ball over too much in the second quarter. The Hornets were blocking. They were effective blocking shots tonight. We were too, you know what I'm saying? But the Hornets ended the game with 5 blocks. We had 12 blocks, though. So, damn, we had 12 blocks, man. That has to be a season high. That has to be a season high because a double-digit block game from our team would definitely stand out. And I don't recall even seeing that in a box score until tonight. So, I'm pretty sure I'm going to bet that was our season high in blocks tonight. But the Hornets were able to block 5 shots, and they got in the way of a few more in the paint. So they were effective, but after looking at our box score and realizing that we had 12 blocks, I'm not going to really get to, give the Wizards too much about that. You know what I'm saying? We doubled their blocks tonight, so we definitely played well on the defensive end. And again, a lot of that occurred in the second half when we just stepped our energy level all the way up. You know what I mean? Corey Kispert, I really like his game overall, his IQ. I mean, I don't like all of his game. He's slow-footed on the defensive end. Can't stay in front of his man one-on-one, you know what I'm saying? But I do think he's a great role player, and I do think he has a place for himself on the Wizards, you know what I'm saying? But one thing I'm just so mad, I screamed at the TV tonight because he misses way too many open threes for a player that we drafted to shoot threes. You can't miss these threes, you know what I'm saying? He ended the game, what did he end the game with? 1 for 5 from the three-point line. All his shots were three-point attempts. He only made 1 of 5. That's just unacceptable for a person that's supposed to be a three-point shooter. He has to shoot the ball better. He just does, man. We've been giving him rope. We've been giving him some leniency because he was a young player, but he's not that. He's in his second year. He should be hitting the three much more consistently, man. And he's just not, man. So we really need to see him hit threes because that's the primary reason that he was drafted. I hope he doesn't think it was anything else. I hope he doesn't. He needs to hit those threes, man. You know what I mean? Although KP had a great game overall, and he had a career game, tying his three-point makes in a game mark, I thought in the first half, man, he just shot way too many threes. Maybe, though, on the flip side of him shooting way too many threes, because he was only 1 for 6 from the three-point line in the first half. You know what I'm saying? He ended the game 8 for 14. You know what I'm saying? So he made 7. You know what I mean? He made 7 of 8 three-pointers in the 7 of 8 three-pointers in the second half. You know what I'm saying? So maybe, I still don't like that, but I think, him missing in the first half was like him and shooting around. You know what I mean? And he was getting warmed up, and in the second half he came out and he couldn't miss. I like the fact he couldn't miss in the second half, but I don't like the fact that it takes him 6 attempts and he only makes 1 in the first half. Like, he's the center. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how I feel about that because he did redeem himself in the second half. But in the first half, he was horrendous from the three-point line. We got to keep it a buck, you know what I mean? So I just feel like he shot way too many threes. 14 three-point attempts for a center is still too much. But when he's on fire like he was in the second half, then you got to let him shoot, you know what I'm saying? But overall, I'm still of the mindset that 14 shots for a center, 14 three-point attempts for a center is just way too much. That's just how I feel about it, you know what I mean? But he did play well in the second half, but in the first half he was horrendous, you know what I mean? I already mentioned the Hornets scoring 30-plus points in the first and second quarter. We let the Hornets have 4 or 5 of their players scoring double figures. I think in the first half, so I definitely didn't like that. Their starting five ended up scoring double figures, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely didn't like that, you know what I mean? But again, man, we were able to contain them, shut them down in the second half. And by the time their players started to get into double figures, it was just already too late, you know what I mean? So that's all I disliked about tonight's game, you know what I'm saying? A lot of it occurred in the first half, you know what I'm saying? So in the second half, we really turned it around, and it leads to the things that I did like about tonight's game. And off jump, man, I loved our ball movement overall throughout the game. I loved our pace. We pushed the pace tonight. We played with a great pace, and we played with more focus on the defensive end. That was extremely noticeable. Now, in the first half, it didn't manifest because the Hornets were making a lot of shots. But in the second half, we really stepped it up on the defensive end, and we really played some great defense tonight, man, to really shut them down in the first, especially in the second half. So I was definitely happy about that. We ended the game with 29 assists on 44 made field goal attempts. You know what I mean? So I definitely like seeing that. So yeah, we just played a better brand of basketball tonight overall. You know what I'm saying? We got to the rim, made it an emphasis to get to the rim, which led to open shots, and then that led to wide open threes, being able to kick it out to the three-point line, and we shot the three-point shot effectively tonight. We were 15 for 37, so we're a little bit over 40% from the three-point line, so that's definitely good, you know what I mean? Like I said, Porzingis 8 for 14. Denny really shot the ball well, 3 for 5 tonight. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of that, again, was just because we were able to get to the rim. So I definitely like seeing that. Speaking of Denny, man, I just felt he had a very, very good game tonight. One of those games that showed his potential, the flashes, a great double-double, a strong double-double, 20 points, 13 rebounds. You know what I mean? He was pushing the pace, hitting his mid-range, getting to the rim, hitting threes tonight. You know what I mean? 3 for 5 from the three-point line. He got his double by the third quarter. Ended the first half with 13 points, 9 rebounds, so you knew he was going to have a big game. Overall, played a great game tonight, man. And it really, really counted more because Kyle Kuzma wasn't available. So just to see Denny just coming to his own, playing with much more confidence is always a good thing. So I definitely like that. Like I said, the team assisted well tonight. Ended the game with 29 assists, you know what I mean? So I definitely like that. Bradley Beal was very efficient tonight overall. 33 minutes, 17 points, 10 assists, 4 rebounds, 3 blocks. He had 3 turnovers, but again, some of those turnovers were just like in the fourth quarter, just being a little bit lackadaisical with the ball. But overall, when he had 17 points, but even more impressive, 10 assists, making sure his teammates get the ball. I recall a few times where in the fourth quarter, he made sure the hot Porzingis got wide open threes, and Porzingis rewarded him by hitting the threes and getting him an assist. So just to see Bradley Beal just playing within the offense, not trying to force anything, and just taking what the defense gives him, it's a very, very good game tonight from Bradley Beal. So I was happy about that. I also like Wright's game tonight. Monte Morris also wasn't available tonight, so DeLon Wright ended up starting, and he played a very good game. Only 2 points, but he had 10 assists, 6 rebounds, and also added a steal, a plus 11 on the floor. So very effective. Again, not forcing anything, playing within the offense, taking what the defense gives him, and rewarding his teammates with great assists. You know what I mean? So I definitely like that. I already mentioned how we blocked shots tonight, 12 blocks as a team. You know what I mean? Very effective, so I definitely like that. Gafford's presence in the paint was very, very good. And he made a mid-range shot tonight early in the game. You know what I mean? So if he could continue to work on his mid-range game as well as his skill around the basket, he's going to be even more effective for us. You know what I mean? So I definitely like what I saw in regards to him just taking the mid-range. He ended the game with 13 points, 5 rebounds, plus 4 on the floor, and 3 blocks, you know what I mean? So effective on both ends of the floor. Emphatic dunks just to set the tone for us, get the team hype, get the crowd hype, get the fans watching on the television screen hype, you know what I mean? So definitely like what I saw from Gafford tonight. I already mentioned we hit the three-point shot very well tonight. Anthony Gill got some minutes tonight, and he was effective, you know what I mean? Gave us some good minutes. Played a good 19 minutes, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. I believe, Ansel put him in tonight help set the tone. Because one thing about Gil, that he always going to play hard. He's always going to give effort every time he gets in the game. And sometimes the last couple of games, I thought they were lapses in the game where we weren't giving maximum effort. So maybe that's what Unseld was trying to do tonight by setting the tone, by getting Gil some minutes tonight, and he rewarded him with a good all-around game. You know what I'm saying? Will Barton got some minutes as well, too. You know what I'm saying? Hit a few threes tonight. He had some bad turnovers. Ended with 2 turnovers, but he had 6 points, hit 2 threes, and he had a rebound as well. You know what I mean? He only got 5 minutes tonight, but to score 6 points in those 5 minutes, every point counts. So he definitely gave us a little bit, but two turnovers is the reason why, and they were bad turnovers too, was one of the reasons why he didn't get that much time tonight. But he did make use of his time by hitting those threes, so I definitely like seeing that. I thought Gibson also got some time. A lot of the players that sometimes don't play got playing time tonight, and I guess, it was Coach Unseld just trying to send a message. You know what I mean? The only player that didn't play tonight was Johnny Davis. You know what I'm saying? Todd Gibson got 6 minutes, gave us 3 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist, and a block in those minutes. You know what I mean? So very effective. Again, I just think just even putting him in as well as Barton in, maybe him a little more, but putting him in for those little bit of minutes as well as playing Anthony Gill tonight, I really think Coach Unseld was trying to send a subtle message that we need energy out here tonight. And Gibson's going to play like that. Gill's going to play like that at all times with their being professionals. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's something that we need to do more often to keep us more focused in games. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to definitely keep an eye on that. In the middle of the second quarter, we took a 7-0 run. We had a 7-0 run that closed the lead, because for a moment in the second quarter, the Hornets had a lead almost, I think it was like 8 or 9 points, but Bill got back in the game, and then we quickly went on a run, closed the gap, and tied the game going into halftime. And in the third quarter, we definitely dominated. You know what I'm saying? So definitely like the fact that we stayed focused and we were able to close the lead and eventually take the lead and eventually get the win. You know what I mean? We had a great performance from the bench tonight. Again, everybody but Johnny Davis played tonight. The bench gave us 10, 16, 20, 26, 30 points off the bench. The Hornets had 15 plus 9, 24 points off the bench. So we won the bench points battle tonight, and it definitely helped us get this win. So the bench definitely contributed to what we had going on tonight. You know what I mean? A lot of balanced scoring. You know what I'm saying? Although Porzingis was the high man with 36 points, Denny followed that with 20, Bill with 17, Gafford with 13. You know what I'm saying? Those are the 4 players that were in double digits. Everybody that got in the game tonight scored points, though. You know what I'm saying? Wright, like I said, had 2 points. You know what I mean? Gil 7, Barton 6. So everybody contributed tonight. Everybody chipped in on the points end of things tonight. So I definitely like seeing that. Porzingis really got hot in the third quarter. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he scored 10 points in this first half. He ended the game with 36 points. So he scored 26 points in the second half. Scored 18 of those 26 points in the third quarter alone. He outscored the Hornets whole team in the third quarter 18-15. You know what I mean? So we definitely as a team dominated the Hornets, and then Porzingis was our leader in the third quarter, and we definitely pulled away, and really the game was over in the third quarter. You know what I'm saying? We also ended the third quarter with a 16-5 run. So again, just spreading the lead out, taking control of the game, and never looking back. You know what I'm saying? And then and that's when we took our first double-digit lead of the game as well in the third quarter. You know what I'm saying? So you can't forget about that. And I thought Jordan Goodwin just came in, played with the tenacity that he usually plays with when he gets in the game, and he definitely was a tone setter on the defensive end of things tonight. You know what I mean? So overall, man, I thought it was a great team win. Everybody contributed. We played well. And I'm very happy with what occurred. You know what I mean? So that's all I have for y'all tonight. You know what I'm saying? If you enjoyed the content, I would really appreciate you guys subscribing to the channel at the Wizards Review on YouTube. You can follow us on Twitter at Wizards Review. You can follow me, King Ade DMV, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and on NBA 2K23 on the Xbox Series X and S. You know what I mean? So the next few days, the next few games, I'm taking a vacation, y'all. I'm going locations undisclosed, you know what I'm saying? But I'm probably not going to be able to live stream and do the show for the next few games, you know what I'm saying? If I can, I will try to figure something out, you know what I'm saying? I will definitely try to keep my eye on the games, but there will be no promises. So I don't know the next time I'm going to see y'all, but I will see y'all soon, you know what I mean? So let's just hope that the Wizards could keep this winning thing going until I come back and we are sitting pretty on a good winning streak, you know what I mean? So anyway, man, enjoy y'all evening. Until next time, y'all, take care. Peace.